Today we will use these photos and we will try to recreate this ghost theme photo manipulation. So let's start. Hey guys, it's Nemanja and welcome to another really fun Photoshop tutorial. So we have limited resources today and we need to recreate that photo that you saw at the beginning and also in the thumbnail. So let's see if we are able to do it. I'm sure that you will learn a lot of interesting tips, tricks and techniques from today's video, so sit back, relax and enjoy the ride. Alright guys, so this is our background for today, and actually this is a much wider photo as you can see right here, but I cropped it using 4:5 aspect ratio just because maybe I will put it on Instagram and 4:5 is the best aspect ratio for Instagram post. So this is how we will go with this kind of crop, and first thing that we need to do here is to turn this from a day time scene to a nighttime scene, making the sky darker, the foreground, castle and the forest darker, and also to light up some windows here and to put a moon behind everything. So how should we do that? First, what I like to do is to separate sky from the foreground, and for that I just made a layer mask. This is how it is, and I just made it before this tutorial because I don't want to waste your time. But if you're wondering how I did it, I used quick selection tool to quickly select the sky here, just show you right there, and after that I went to select and mask and refined a little bit the edges and I got this. It's really simple and easy, but I don't want to waste your time. Okay, the next thing what I like to do here is to create new solid color adjustment layer and maybe use this kind of color and move this mask right there. Okay, but I need to invert it, Control or Command I, and now we have sky with a different color. But also I will put it in multiply blending mode, and now we have definitely darker sky but colorized. So I don't want this color, maybe I want a little bit bluish, and you can see with this we can make really dark sky, but I will go with something like this for a start and we will see later. So then I will go right here, right click on this and say convert to smart object. So in that way I will be able to go back and forth with the camera raw filter that I will apply now. So let's go to the camera raw filter and let's make this a little bit darker. So this is the whole photo, and let's go here. First I want to make everything darker, then I want to go a little bit more towards the blue because in the nighttime we have more bluish tones. Okay, so this is it. Also the shadows a little bit darker, and also the highlights and whites, and let's dehaze it a bit. And what I like to do here is to go to split toning and to add even more bluish toning to the shadows like this, but this is still too bright. So let's see, before and after it's darker but it's still too bright, so let's go even more with the exposure. And also I want to desaturate colors a bit, so something like this seems cool. Before and after, this looks really nice. And let's see, maybe like that. I will press OK, and the beauty of turning this into a smart object, I can always go back and forth, and if I don't like something I can go back into the camera and change it. So now here we can play with this. As you can see, we can make it even more saturated, less saturated, change the color of the sky, have a lot of fun. I really like this way of making sky darker. This is just one of millions of ways how you can do it in Photoshop. So let's go with something cool like that. Again, just one thing for you to know is that I have a huge octabox right here, a huge light, and I cannot properly see the brightness in my monitor because the octabox is much brighter than my screen. So maybe this is, for me now, looks okay, but maybe you are seeing maybe more darker or brighter than it should be. Just to have that in mind when you see the final result, maybe it's not like perfect. Okay, now let's go and continue making some cool things. Let's go right here and choose the moon. I will go with elliptical marquee tool and just select the moon like this. I don't even need to select it all the edges. I will just copy this and bring it back right there, paste it here and name this moon and name this sky, and put a moon somewhere here. I want to make it a little bit bigger, And also I will use the same mask by holding Alt or Option key, drag and drop it here, and this is it. Also I will unlink the link between the mask and the layer, so I will be able to freely move the moon wherever I want. So maybe the moon is rising, it's beautiful, nice landscape, but we don't know that there are plenty of ghosts in this castle. So let's make a moon even bigger, like that. I think it's okay. So I can put a moon here, put it, let's see. For now, let's go like this. I don't know, it seems okay, pretty good. Okay, and now let's add the ghost. But before we do that, I just want to say that this episode is sponsored by Skillshare, so thank you Skillshare for that. Skillshare is an amazing place where you can expand your current skills or gain some new skills. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives where millions come together to take the next step in their creative journey. Skillshare offers thousands of inspiring classes for creatives and curious people on photo editing, video effects like After Effects, even 3D, or something completely different like maybe cooking, etc. With so much to explore, real projects to create, and the support of fellow creatives, Skillshare empowers you to accomplish real growth. They are offering classes designed for real life, so you can move your creative journey forward without putting life on hold. You can learn and grow with short classes that fits your busy routine. And because Skillshare is sponsoring this video, they are giving first 1000 subscribers who follow the link down there in the description free trial of their premium account. So make sure to be fast, click the link down there below and grab this really cool opportunity and try a Skillshare for free. Also, they're pretty affordable. The annual plan is less than $10 per month. So if you like it, you can continue with the subscription after your free trial expired. Or if you don't like it, you can just cancel the account and no questions asked. Right guys, now let's go back into Photoshop and let's add this amazing ghost. Okay, now let's add a ghost. I will go right here, copy the photo of the ghost and paste it right there. I will rename the layer to ghost and position the ghost somewhere here. I will turn this into a smart object. Maybe I will make it a little bit bigger. Just something like that. For now we will see if we will turn it bigger or smaller later, but this is pretty cool. Also guys, if you want to download the exercise files for this tutorial, you can follow the link down there in the description and just grab and practice on your own. And I will include all the files except the ghost, so you have a homework to find a ghost on your own, whichever ghost you like. Find it online, put it in your composite. A little hint, you can use pixabay.com, unsplash.com, pexels.com to go and find some free stock photos, including the ghost there. Also, if you want to help me to support this channel to make it even bigger and better, you can go and support me via my Patreon account. You can follow the link down there, and there in return you will get some things. For example, this PSD file that I'm working on today, you will be able to grab it and even easier practice on your own. Okay, now let's go back here. And the next thing is to make the ghost a little bit darker. So I need to use, for example, curves. There are several ways how we can do that. So I want to make it more contrasty, but not the background, just the ghost. So we need to clip it, the curves to only affect the ghost, as you can see like that. Maybe I will just make the blacks, see, like that. We'll see later. For now, this looks pretty nice. And also I will go with the exposure adjustment layer and make everything even darker. So this is pretty nice. But now I will go into the exposure mask, zoom everything and use the brush, really soft one, and maybe 20% opacity, and with black color I will just paint here back some highlights because there is a moon shining here and I just want to make impression that there is some kind of light from the left side and from the moon on the ghost. I don't want to be flat like this, so I'll just fast forward this. Okay, so this is it. I'm pretty happy with the result. I can tweak it even more, but let's see. Before and after, really nice. Maybe I can go and just make these parts a little bit brighter, but this is pretty decent. All right, now what I like to do is to add some lights on the window. So how to do that? Well, I will go here, above the castle, create a layer and name it window, Windows light. Okay, something like that. And I will use lasso tool but I will use polygonal lasso tool. And what I will do, I will go like this. Choose windows and just make a selection of the windows like this. Then I will go to another one, press shift to get this plus icon and just draw another one. I will add to this selection, and this is how I will go, and just by holding shift I can add to the selection, and I will select several windows and come back shortly. Alright guys, so this is pretty much it. And now I will fill this with white, so because white is a background color, I will press Ctrl or Command on a Mac and backspace, and this is it. Ctrl or Command D to deselect it, and this is it. This is before, this is after we have some really cool lights in the castle. I didn't want to lighten up all the rooms there, so this is pretty good. I will go back to the moon, and I would just want to move moon maybe a little bit more here. Something like this seems pretty much okay. Alright, so the next step, what I like to do before I do some color corrections here, I just want to add few bats in the scene. So for that, I will go and grab few bats. Okay, so this is a PNG file with the bats, and I will just use the lasso tool and grab this one like that. Control or Command C, copy it, and go all the way up, paste it right there. So this is pretty cool. I will make it smaller bit like that, transform it, maybe put one there. Alt with move tool, Alt or Option, and just move to copy. So I will go something like this, maybe a bit smaller, somewhere here. Let's see, two, maybe a few more, maybe this one. So this is pretty much okay, I think. Just few bats here and there. Maybe one will go right there, just to have more objects here, more like fun in the scene. Okay, so let's just see. I hate this light, but it is how it is. Okay, this is pretty much okay. All right, now let's group this. Control Command G, name bats. Okay, now I will tweak the brightness of the roof a little bit. So let's go back to the castle right there. I will create curves adjustment layer, make everything brighter, but I will put a layer mask. I will put this in a group, so Control or Command G and use this and invert, Control or Command I. So I just want to affect with this a castle. Okay, and also I will invert this layer mask, Control or Command I, and then I will go, let's hide this. I will go right there, use a brush, soft round brush, make it a bit bigger, and maybe 10% opacity. I just want to make a rooftop a little bit brighter, like there is a light from the moon and it's lighting this part of the roof. So just a little bit. It's not perfect, but just a bit of this. I will fast forward this again because I don't want to waste your time, but I'm just adding brightness to some parts of the roof here. Okay, so now I want to draw a shadow from this window because I definitely need it. I will go with another curves adjustment layer, make everything darker like this, invert it, Control or Command I, and make few things darker right there. So here, like there is a bigger contrast. Also, I need to refine the mask of this castle, so we'll do it later. But here, what I like to do, it will be a soft shadow because the moon is huge here, like in this photo, but we'll go something like, let's use this one, like that, something like, I don't know, let's go with this. And I will go back, let's hide this and just paint. And then deselect. Something like, it's not perfect, but it will do the job, I think. So let's see, yeah, it's better than without it, yeah, definitely. So this is it. Do we need shadow somewhere else. I don't see it. Maybe I overlooked it, but it's pretty much okay. Okay, so now I want to just make a sky a bit brighter, maybe something like that, maybe a little bit more. Let's see. It's pretty good. Let's see this. This is castle light, or maybe dodge and burn. Dodge and burn. Okay, this is better. So castle, dodge and burn, pretty much okay. What I like to do, I like to make this down part of the castle darker, so I will go with exposure, adjustment layer, make everything darker, like this, invert it, and just with a soft brush, just maybe 30 or 40% opacity, yeah, like that. Just make this a bit darker. Also, let's go here into the camera smart filter. It will open the camera window again, and I just want to make the less contrast here, so something like this, and open the blacks maybe like this. Let's see, before, yeah, there are a lot of blacks here, it's contrasty scene, but let's do it like this. Press OK, and let's see before and after. It's pretty much okay. All right, now it's time to color correct a few things, to make a ghost a little bit more bluish like the background is, to add the glow to the scene, to the windows, and a little bit to the moon and maybe to the ghost, and to color grade everything, and we are basically done. Maybe I will do some smoke or mist between the ghost and the castle, and that's it. So let's do it. Okay, so let's find the ghost. The ghost is right there, and we can clean up this a little bit. Let's hide, select everything, name ghost. Let's go here, and this is castle and sky and moon. This is all castle. Okay, sky, moon, I will not do it, and this should be here. Perfect. Now it's much better. And now let's go to the ghost. Let's use color balance. Why not? Clip it to affect only the ghost, and I want to go to the highlights and just add a little bit of the bluish tint in the highlights and also in the midtones, a little bit like that. And again, this light is crazy, I cannot see anything, so let me demonstrate how bright this is. I don't have a remote control, so see, it's really bright, but now it's much better. So this would be much more pleasing to the eyes if I record tutorials like that, but that's not good for you guys. So let's go back to my super bright light. Okay, so let's say that this is pretty much okay. This is before, this is after, a little bit brighter ghost. And what I like to do, I just want to, why is this so small? I want to add these glasses to the ghost, just to have a little bit more fun. So like that, let's turn it into smart object, and I want to make it smaller, just like a humor, a little bit of the humor on the ghost, like he's not seeing pretty good. He needs some crazy glasses, and even they don't fit him very well. So something like this, and just create a layer mask, and let's just use a black color. Harder brush, 100% opacity, and just erase this. We don't need this part, and looks pretty cool. So yeah, our ghost has glasses. Maybe to add a curse to the glasses, just a little bit more contrast, something like this. And also I can, let's see, there is a bit of shadow here. I will not change it, so let's leave it like this. It's just fun small detail, maybe to make it a bit darker on some parts. So let's go like that, and I want to go again with a mask, soft brush, and these parts right there I want to be brighter, so 50% opacity, black. This is pretty cool. This can be darker. This can be brighter, and maybe this can be brighter, and maybe this a little bit here too, but this part will be darker. Okay, this is not perfect, I know that you know, but it's just for fun. Goes with the glasses, whoever do this. I don't know why they need the glasses, but it's pretty cool. Maybe he saw some naked woman right here and made this face like, so who knows? We can just imagine whatever is right here, or he's scared of something else, or I don't know. Who cares? It's fun. And now what I like to do, I like to add some kind of a glow here. So let's go all the way up and turn this into linear dodge blending mode and just use a little bit of whatever. Let's use this kind of color. There's so many ways how you can add a glow here. So this is one way with maybe 10% opacity, and just go right there and a few times just add this. Okay, this is just one way how you can do it. I will show you another way. And also for the moon, and I will definitely make this black and white, or I can add hue and saturation adjustment layer and change the color to whatever I want. So this is one way, or black and white. Another way how we can do the same thing is just by going to the channels, control click on the RGB channel, and now we have selection of all the bright parts in the image, actually from 50% gray all the way to the white tones. But we need to tweak this even more. So now that we have that as a selection, I will go right there, create a layer and create a mask. And this is how the mask looks, as you can see. And I will go and lower the levels, Control or Command L. And now by moving this black point right there, I can narrow our selection. So basically everything that is white will be affected by anything that we do on this layer. So I want to narrow it even more, just the edges of the ghost, something like this. We have the windows and we have a moon. Perfect. I will press OK. And now I can go back here and fill this layer with white like that. And you can see if I put it in linear dot blending mode, you can see before and after, moon and windows a little bit, and the ghost has a little bit more of brightness. But we need to feather this, to expand this a little bit and to make it more like a glow. So for that we can either blur this mask right there, or we can make a copy of everything, Control or Command J like this, and then go here. I will Alt and click on the mask to see what I'm doing. I will go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur. And now you will see I'm blurring things. So maybe 40 is too much, maybe 30, let's see. So this is a blur, pretty cool. And we can play with this. We can see if this is okay. So you can see that we have a glow both on the windows. Let's see. Windows, the ghost right there. It's not too bright, but it's there. We need to make it a little bit brighter, but I don't like it. It's too much blur. So let's undo a few times and let's go back here. Again, filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and maybe 20. Let's see what 20 will do. 20 is pretty okay, so let's see. Let's go back here. Yeah, this is okay. And now we can go back to the mask and play with the levels. So either Control or Command L, or to Image Adjustments, levels. And now we can add a little bit more brightness, and you will see it will be even more and more bright. So that's one way, or midtones. And let's say that this is pretty cool. I will hide this down below, and only by having one of these we have some really cool nice glow around everything. Also we can go right there and with a brush just paint over the moon to introduce more glow on the moon overall. And also I can go right there, use hue and saturation adjustment layer, clip it to affect only the glow layer, say colorize, move this to the left a little bit, and now I can choose any color of the glow that I like. So this is another way. You need to invest a little bit more time of tweaking, finding the proper blur value for everything, or maybe just do windows as one layer. I will delete this because I need it. This is just maybe for windows, then another for the ghost, another for the moon, and so on and so forth. But how I like to do it is using Oniric. It's an awesome non-destructive glow generator plugin from my friend Mario. I did a review of that plugin on one of the episodes. You can watch it on the link right there, and I will just fast forward and use that for my glow. And this is how the glow looks with the Untitled plugin. I can always go here, use hue and saturation adjustment layer, clip it to affect only the glow, and change to any color that I like. So maybe I'll go with something like greenish tone, desaturate it a bit. Let's do it like that. Also, I will just hide this for now, and let's try to add a little bit of the mist in the front of the castle. So let's try if this will be a good fit here. Let's go and create a new layer above the sky. Let's name it mist. And for this, I will use my special made cloud dust smoke brush right there. And I have full tutorial on how to create this kind of brushes on the link right there. But if you want to use exactly these brushes, you can go to my website. The link is down there in the description and just purchase them for $1. It's your choice. So go right there, use the number 2 brush and choose a little bit like grayish tone, something like that. And maybe 20, or let's go with 20% opacity. And just go like this and see how this will be, if this has any sense. It's not bad actually, like a little bit of the mist before and after, maybe to drop down the opacity a bit. Before and after, why not? We can go like that. And before I actually apply this glow, I can always apply it at the end of everything. I will group everything together, actually merge everything together with Shift Control Alt E or Shift Command Option E on a Mac. Right click, convert to smart object, and then go right there to filter, camera raw filter, and just do a little bit of color grading. So here I'll go and let's first go to split toning. Maybe, let's see, either to go to some this kind of feel or bluish kind of. Let's go like that. I will definitely drop down the saturation a bit. Also clarity, we can boost it, but I want to lower it and boost the texture. I can add a little bit of haze or dehaze it. Also, maybe we can make the sky darker. Let's use vignetting and let's see how yeah, this is perfect. So like that, feather it. This looks cool. And let's see. If you open the shadows a bit, I don't want too much. Also bring back the saturation a little bit. I like greens, but I like the saturation of blues to be a little bit less, so saturation blue. Cool. So before and after, it's not a huge difference, but it's just a subtle way. Let's see. Let's press OK. And now let's add this glow. It's pretty cool, but now let's change the color of the glow. So maybe either to something bluish or just desaturate it and have some kind of white glow. Everything is perfect. So I really like it. It's really cool. Also, we can add some kind of a text. So let's add T for text, name something like ghost. And actually I have X Ghost font that you can just search it and download it. It's a free one. So we can go like this, or maybe put it to some white color. Put it somewhere there, double click and maybe add shadow, drop shadow. This looks pretty nice. Or put it right there, wherever you want, and maybe you want to make it bigger or to change the title to something else. I don't know, however you want to call this photo. And this is basically it. This is another version of the same photo that I did after making this photo, but without this huge octabox right there, because I definitely cannot see the brightness and colors properly with this thing turned on. But for the sake of this tutorial, you got a point how and what you need to do. The only difference between the photo that you just saw on the screen and the one that we did today is that the final color grading is a little bit different, and also the background was a little bit darker, so that kind of brightness and contrast was a little bit different. That's the only thing. Everything else was exactly the same. Also, I made the moon a little bit bigger, but that's it. Actually, let's do something. I will turn off this light and I will redo the color grading and the brightness and contrast of the image so you can see how I did it without the light. So let's do it. Okay, let's hide all these layers. I don't need them now. And let's go back to the castle and back to camera. And I definitely need to make this darker. It's too bright for my taste. And now that I turn off the light, I can see that. So let's go back here to the exposure. Make it even darker, like this. Also, I will lower the saturation even more. And let's see. This is pretty cool. So let's press OK. And yeah, there is a difference before and after. It's pretty solid difference. I like this to be black. And the mist is cool. I can make another layer with a mist, and I can make here if I want to make this brighter, but I don't want that. Maybe with a little bit of the gray tone, something like this, and maybe 10% opacity, just like that. Before and after, we can leave it. Let's see. Also the ghost. Let's lower the opacity here. Let's go to the ghost. Ghost, right there. You are here. Let's go and make it even darker. And with the exposure, even darker. This is pretty nice. Before, wow, it's bright. And after. Okay, so this is a ghost. And now let's see the moon. Let's go to the moon. And the back, and I want to make a moon a bit bigger. Like this. Perfect. I like it. I like the moon bigger. So now let's go and let's see. Let's go and merge everything together. Shift Control Alt T or Shift Command Option E, and go to Filter Camera, and let's do some cool thing there. Let's go all the way to the top, and let's see. We can make a little bit everything desaturated. We can open the shadows a little bit, or it doesn't matter actually. Turn everything a little bit blue. But here is where I like to have a lot of fun. So let's see. Something like this should be cool. And also the highlights. So let's see. This looks cool, so let's just bring them up a little bit. So this is nice. Let's go right there and see if we can affect something with the greens. No, not too much, but with the blues. No, I will definitely leave it like that. I will make, with vignetting, everything even darker in the corners. So this is cool. And also let's go to hue and saturation. Let's see, blue. Yeah, we can desaturate blue a little bit, and like this. And also we can add even more clarity, less clarity actually, more textures, and dehaze. If we dehaze it, it will be like that, but maybe add a little bit more haze here. And this is pretty much, let's see with the saturation, this is pretty much okay. I will press OK, and now if I go back and see, this is first version, this second version, I pretty much like this better. So also we can go and add this. Now the moon is the problem because it's not the same, but I can just go and hide the effect on the moon. I don't want it with this. I will add it separately, but it's pretty much okay. And also desaturated, or just use color, desaturated. Okay, and I can just go with the moon, one layer, linear dodge blending mode, and just make it 10% opacity and just add a little bit of the glow. So this looks really, really nice. It's better than before. Let's go right there and desaturate this all the way down. And compared to this one, yeah, definitely better. We can add a text wherever we want. Maybe all the way down here and choose something, ghost something, or I don't know, ghost castle or whatever. So it's pretty cool. So as you can see, there is an obvious difference working on an image with these huge lights turned on and turned off, because definitely when you have something bright hitting your eyes, you cannot properly see colors, contrast, tones, and so on and so forth. Now, we will stop here with this image, but you can add even more elements, more ghosts and different story, but it's really fun to work on something like this. If you want to learn more about photo manipulations, how to create realistic photo manipulations from scratch, you can check out my course, Photo Manipulations Essentials, on the link down below. Alright guys, that would be it. You can continue watching some other episodes in my channel and improving your techniques and make some really awesome, amazing images for yourself, for your clients, for wherever you want. Have fun, experiment, and see you in my next fun tutorial. Bye bye.